The 1995 Washington Redskins were a team in search of an identity, sometimes finding a way to win, always having the will and resolve to succeed. This was a team filled with young men of promise and old men reborn, drawing strength from each other. A football team needs time to develop into a cohesive unit. With 18 starters acquired since Coach Norv Turner was hired in '94, the Redskins are like a puzzle whose pieces are just beginning to fit together. There are flashes of brilliance and of building momentum.
That's a momentum builder right there. I want to tell you, he is some kind of athlete, and he loves to play this game. Holy cow! You can't draw that one up, folks. What a play. Divine Providence steps in. Unbelievable. What a play. Oh, what a great play. This is good. I love this game. Put that one in the highlights too, Aunt Mary. That was a beauty. The Redskins has a lot to be proud. Oh, that was a thing of beauty. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. This team grew up a lot today. This team, as we were just saying, is starting to come together.
The parts of the puzzle were revealed on opening day against the Cardinals, and along with it came the discovery of a critical piece, first-round draft pick Michael Westbrook, whose importance to the total picture was obvious as soon as he touched the ball.
Pitch back to Allen. Here comes the reverse again. Michael Westbrook this time. Schumer ahead of him at the 50, to the 45, the 40, 35, 30, cuts back 20, 10, across the field, 5. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
Washington dominated the game with running back Terry Allen gaining yardage behind an inspired offensive line. Then, the first possible missing piece on the road to consistency. Quarterback Heath Schuler sprawled on the turf with a separated shoulder. Norv Turner called upon his other talented young QB, Gus Frerotte, to fill in.
Frerotte is back. Good protection. Throwing it deep. Got a man wide open at the 40. It's Shepard. Gone. He's gone at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Snap to Craig. Drops straight back. Looks over the middle. Got a man. Hit the big tight end. Picked off.
Tough, aggressive defense forced the fourth interception for the Skins, ensuring the opening day win. While the opener cost Washington one young star, it confirmed the wisdom in the choice of another, wide receiver Michael Westbrook.
Schuler takes the snap, rolls to his right, lobs it, got it complete to Westbrook. Touchdown! Frerotte unloads it deep, got Westbrook down there. Battle for it. Westbrook's got it at the 5.
Westbrook's amazing athletic ability made him a constant scoring threat, and every pass in his direction was a potential reception. In 1995, wide receiver Henry Ellard added another jewel to his crown of NFL accomplishments, gaining over 1,000 yards for the 6th time in his career.
Near side 10, got a block. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Henry Ellard. Frerotte goes back. Blitz is on. He ducks it, throws it deep, got it crossing to Ellard at the 20. Down to the far side, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
Impressive stats and records aside, what makes Ellard exceptional is his ability to concentrate on the ball, transforming incompletions into first downs and often more.
Waits, throws it over the top, bounce, caught, Ellard, touchdown, Washington Redskins. Bobbled, caught by Henry Ellard. What a great catch. What a great catch.
Add big play receiver Leslie Shepard and Titus Winans, and the Redskins boast one of the most talented receiving corps in the NFL. Football is a game without a conscience. A team's sweat and toil does not guarantee success. Following their opening day win, the Redskins fought hard, but unfortunate calls led to consecutive final play losses. First, in Denver.
Again to Davis, again up the middle. Hit, dodges people, spins, fumble the football. He's in the end zone. Touchback. Redskins dodge a bullet. Big time. Well, the replay shows
The ball came down on the playing field, not in the end zone.
Now the officials are conferring to see if he had possession when he crossed the plane to the goal line.
Right.
Touchdown! Oh, it's a touchdown!
They blew it.
Oh, that's a bad call.
They blew it.
Throwing it up in the air for Westbrook. Leaping catch. Touchdown. Washington Redskins.
No!
Out of bounds.
He pulled him out of bounds.
He was pushed out of bounds, but they call it.
Questionable calls led to a Broncos last-second win, and Washington fans were not granted absolution the following week.
Waiting, throws the comeback, caught. No, he was out of bounds. The official here on the side rules out of bounds.
No way was he forced out of bounds. The guy right on the play called it perfect.
No, he's saying he was forced out of bounds. They giving him a touchdown?
Yep.
Come on, that's 2 weeks in a row.
1994's trend of fourth-quarter defeats continued, and with powerhouse Dallas next up, the outlook seemed bleak.
The Redskins are going to do right there to the Cowboys, right there. Power! The power! The power!
The power don't lose though. I can't compete with that, so
Shock the world day today, baby. Shock the world day.
Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots, ruined Dallas Black Tower Fair. That's all.
Welcome to hell. And I'm charging rent, baby. Game day, Sunday.
Everybody get their mouths, kick some ass. 1, 2, 3.
Despite pregame enthusiasm, Washington found no relief and seemingly had no lifeboat in sight.
Throws it back, picked off at the 38. Back to the return to the 30, to the 20. The far side 15 to the 5. Still going into the end zone. Darren Woodson with a touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys.
Just as it appeared that all was lost, All-Pro Brian Mitchell changed the course of the game.
Third return. He's at the 5, out to the far side 10, the 15 to the 20, back to the 25. See him at the 30, 35, 40. He's out to the 45, 50, breaks loose. He's at the 40. One man stopped him, and it was the guy who kicked off.
Mitchell's return revitalized the team and steered it through the rough waters.
Put a big dent in the famous Dallas Cowboy defense. Good call, North Turner.
Meanwhile, the Redskins defense was shutting down the vaunted Dallas attack and harassing quarterbacks Troy Aikman and Wade Wilson with a relentless pass rush. One of the NFL's greatest rivalries was resurrected, and the young Redskins pieces began to mesh.
Back goes for Rush, but he still gets it away. Deep for Shepard. A battle at midfield. He catches the ball. He pulls it in at the 40. At the 39, it's a reception. Whoa! Put that one in the highlights, Aunt Mary. You ain't gonna believe this. He caught it on his back. In the flat to Allen, bobbles the ball, pulls it at the 4. Fights his way to the 1. Touchdown! Washington Redskins. What a great second effort.
Allen's touchdown gave the Skins a 10-point lead, and the defense helped extend that mark.
Starts it in, breaks it out, turns it up, hit into Palmer, fumbles the ball. Redskins have got it to the 47, into the hands of Keith Taylor. Snap, Terry Allen, right side, dives, touchdown, Washington Redskins. All right.
Any chance for another last-second heartbreak was erased by Tom Carter's interception, ensuring a triumph that revitalized a season.
Like I said, baby, welcome to hell. Welcome to hell, baby. I'm charging rent.
Outgaining the entire Dallas team, running back Terry Allen showed his shirt to be prophetic. Allen was a huge success in his first season in Washington, rushing for over 1,300 yards and scoring 11 times. He brought the team a blend of power and speed that it had not seen since John Riggins, and his impact enabled the Redskins to rise from 24th in the league in rushing in '94 to a 7th place finish in '95. All-purpose player Brian Mitchell definitely deserves a round of applause for his efforts in 1995. Brian led the league, gaining 6.5 yards per carry, and his numerous big plays proved invaluable to the team.
They handed it up back. It's Brian Mitchell sweeping to the near side. 30, 25, 20. He's gone. 10, 5. Muscles into the end zone. Touchdown. Washington Redskins. And once again, bravo, Brian Mitchell.
But it is his skill as a return man that makes Brian Mitchell so valuable. Mitchell's returns are what netted him a place in the Pro Bowl, and he became the NFL's all-purpose yardage leader for consecutive years, only the second player in history to gain 2,300 yards twice in a career.
Ball will bounce to the 50. He grabs it to the 41. He's immediately back to the 50. 45 to 40. Cuts it to the near side. 35. All he needs is a block. He's coming to the near side. 25. Got the block. He's in the 10. The 5. Touchdown. Washington Redskins.
Boy, Brian Mitchell is having some kind of year, isn't he?
The Redskins warmly welcomed the Lions to town in Week 8, but the mood quickly became hostile.
Damn it. It's our house. On our turf, baby.
Washington's defense was again successful in shutting down a superstar running back, this time Barry Sanders, while forcing 4 Detroit turnovers. And as the defense wreaked havoc on Lion quarterback Scott Mitchell, Norv Turner's offense pulled out all the stops.
Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Terry Allen waltzes in.
For another week, Terry Allen was the best back on the field. The high-scoring seesaw battle left the Redskins behind early in the fourth quarter.
Back goes Farad. Steps up into the pocket, lobs it for the end zone corner. Caught. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Henry Ellen with a great play. Mitchell takes the snap, drops back. Ignores Sanders, throws it. Cut to Perriman underneath. There he goes. Makes a tackle, he's gone. Unless Carter can catch him. Can't catch him. 10-5. Touchdown Detroit. Only one thing wrong. They scored too soon.
Trailing by 3 late, Gus Farad drove the team downfield, giving kicker Eddie Murray a chance to tie the game.
Farad to hold. Hold is there. Kick is up. It's long enough. It's good. We're in overtime.
In OT, punter Matt Turk, who led the league in punts inside the 20, pinned the Lions at their 3 and set up a fantastic finish for the Redskin faithful.
Picked off by Darrell Green. He's going to the end zone. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. The Redskins win in overtime, 36-30. And for the first time this year, the stadium shakes.
Darrell Green's game-winning interception against Detroit was representative of his Hall of Fame 13-year career as a Redskin. Washington's all-time interception leader, Green remains one of the league's fastest and best cover men and a corner piece of the team. Green's counterpart on the other corner is Tom Carter, whose career appears to be on the same bright path as his elder teammate. Carter led the team in interceptions and passes defended in '95. Redskin safety Stanley Richard fulfilled all expectations in 1995, snaring 3 interceptions and making over 100 tackles in his debut season at Washington. he was joined at safety by James Washington, who, despite missing a number of games, had 90 tackles in his first year as a Redskin. With Scott Turner and Darrell Pounds, Washington has one of the most talented secondaries in the NFL. At the heart of the Redskin defense are the linebackers, and their lifeblood is Ken Harvey. Harvey seemed to live in the opposition's backfield, recording 7.5 sacks and 16 tackles for losses. Harvey's 132 overall tackles earned him a starting spot in the Pro Bowl for the second straight year, and his inspired play rubbed off on his fellow linebackers. Marvcus Patton excelled in his first season as a Redskin, leading the team with an astounding 161 tackles, over 100 of them solo. Patton was an Iron Man, on the field for every defensive play the entire season. Middle linebacker Rod Stevens was another force to be reckoned with, racking up more than 150 tackles as the defensive signal caller. Despite the fact that this was their first year together, Stevens, Patton, and Harvey played as a unit with a single purpose. Young players such as Dexter Nottage, Mark Boutte, William Gaines, and Rich Owens made up a defensive line that struggled but consistently improved as the season went on. Though at first susceptible to the run, the D-line strengthened, finishing fourth in the NFC during the second half of the year. With veteran Sterling Palmer, Tim Johnson, and Tony Woods, 1996 promises to be a breakthrough year for Washington's defensive line. While number 93, Mark Boutte, led the line with 70 tackles, there was no real star, just crushing results. Norv Turner looks for great things from number 96, Rich Owens, and the acquisition of Sean Gilbert immediately turns Washington's biggest weakness into a strength. A bright surprise for the Redskins in 1995 was the brilliant performance of its offensive line. Thrown into a new position due to an injury to Jim Lachey, Joe Patton demonstrated that he could handle the pressure position of left tackle. And at right tackle, Ed Simmons was the proverbial immovable object, providing pass protection that Redskin fans have grown accustomed to seeing. The center position was played by committee, with John Giesick, Bernice Smith, and center of the future, number 52 rookie Corey Raymer. And then there's Trey Johnson. Number 77 has the makings of a dominant offensive guard. His smashing blocks increased the Redskin running attack by nearly 50 yards a game as the team went 5-2 when Johnson was healthy enough to play. With free agent Bob Dolph, 1996 could see the birth of a second generation of Washington Hogs. The Redskins staggered into December with a deceiving 3-9 record, but where in the past flashes of excellence were only evident in isolated positions, now there was a steady stream of consistent play.
Barat hands the ball, reverse. Shepard, far side, 10, 5, can he make it? All the way, touchdown. Back goes Rippon, good protection, throws the out, picked off far side by Carter to the 40, down to the 30, down to the 20. He's going all the way, touchdown, Washington Redskins. Todd Carter with a pick. Rippon is back in his own end zone to pass. Crossing pattern complete at the 11-yard line. Ball is knocked loose. Grabbed by a Redskin. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
The offensive and defensive domination of the Rams had Washington fans hoping for more December presents, and their wishes were granted the very next week at RFK versus Carolina.
Hand off to Allen. There's a reverse to Shepard. He's going sweep to the left side. Got Perron ahead of him. He's at the 5, going for the corner, and out of bounds. No! Give him a touchdown. He had to have the touchdown. First and 10 at the Carolina 34. Here's the reverse to Westbrook. Going around the right side. 30. There he goes, the 20.
A little reverse psychology left the Panthers guessing. And what the receivers didn't finish, Terry Allen was happy to wrap up. Redskin fans were treated to a preview of next season with a screening of aerial acrobatics and power running.
Here goes Vermont with a handoff to Allen, right side, cuts back, touchdown, Washington Redskins.
The Skins won their final 2 games, but most impressive was the Week 14 rematch in Dallas. Only 2 teams in NFL history had ever completed a season sweep of the eventual Super Bowl champion. And that was exactly what Washington was trying to accomplish in Dallas. The Cowboys, fighting for the home field advantage, had a different idea.
There's Emmitt Smith, up the middle, hit at the 2, drives forward, touchdown Dallas.
Dallas jumped out to an early lead, but that would be the last time the champions would celebrate. A balanced attack left the Cowboy defense wobbling on their heels. Then, the powerful ground attack knocked them off their feet.
Motion by Logan, the hand to Allen, right side, touchdown, Washington Redskins. He goes in standing up, and the Dallas defense has hands on hips.
For the second time, Terry Allen bested Emmitt Smith, who was again held to under 100 yards, while the star-studded Dallas offense was submerged in a sea of red. Washington never allowed Dallas's offense to find its rhythm, and the champs were shell-shocked. And all the while, Heath Schuler continued throwing bombs.
Back goes Schuler, looking, 85-yard, touchdown, Washington Redskins.
Redskin fans could not contain their glee at the prospect of a second miraculous upset, and the dream inched closer to reality when Stanley Richard gave Washington a chance to ice the game. David was about to slay Goliath, not once, but twice, as Heath Schuler picked apart the Dallas secondary. Rookie tight end Jamie Asher landed a lethal blow and, appropriately enough, gave Terry Allen the chance to sling the final stone.
Here goes Allen, dives, touchdown, Washington Redskins.
Today's giant killer has the makings of tomorrow's giants. The future is bright in Washington, as a 3-1 conclusion to the season didn't signal the end, but only the beginning of their journey. It is not where this team ended up, but more importantly, how far it traveled, and the Redskins have come a long way. Washington is a team of young men, members of a proud franchise, and men that proved that the stage is set to change words like might and should into will and can. The 1995 Washington Redskins were a young team full of passion and determination. A team that stumbled but always bounced back. And by season's end, they were a team that came together.